Hello everyone, and welcome to my GMB24 Update official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When Susanna Reid, host of Good Morning Britain, questioned Rochdale MP George Galloway about remarks made by Rishi Sunak regarding his election, they got into a heated argument. On March 1st, the Prime Minister described Mr. Galloway's election as beyond alarming, while speaking outside Downing Street. A violent argument broke out when Ms. Reid, during her appearance on the ITV breakfast show on Tuesday, April 30th, asked Mr. Galloway which of Mr. Sunak's remarks about him were incorrect. "You won't answer questions about 30 years ago, and you won't answer questions about a few weeks ago," asserted Ms. Reid. "Which self-question would you like to ask?" According to Susanna Reid, the first day was her favorite memory from her 10 years of hosting Good Morning Britain. The host said that one of her most memorable moments was when Ben Shepherd, her co-presenter, gave her seconds encouraging whispers just before they went live. "You'll never get a second chance to enjoy this moment because this is the only moment we'll ever launch this program, Good Morning Britain, on ITV to the nation," the 53-year-old host recalled Shepherd telling her as the opening credits played. "So, savor every moment of it in an interview to commemorate the program's 10th anniversary. Reid also recalled the stress of launching a brand new morning TV program in April 2014. "And I just thought, you're absolutely right," when Shepherd stated that. "Absolutely, just enjoy the song while it's playing." Covering the late Queen's funeral live from Westminster Abbey in September 2022 was Reid's second favorite memory. "Since she is our longest-reigning Queen, it was an honor to be a part of the live coverage from Westminster Abbey that helped to hold the nation together during the Queen's passing. It was really poignant." The incident took place during a section in which the presenters discussed airline etiquette, particularly the issue of passengers placing their feet up on the seats in front of them. "I'm afraid I can't avoid bringing up the time I kicked Susanna in the head while she was live on TV. It wasn't intentional at all," he said. "It illustrated the consequences of someone placing their feet on the seat in front of you on an airplane. You could kick someone, I did. Susanna did it with such brilliance. Never in my life have I felt so sorry." Shepherd, Sean Fletcher, and Charlotte Hawkins, all of whom have since left the program, presented with Reid when it first started 10 years ago. Reid and her hosting colleague Richard Madeley continue to host GMB on a regular basis. Shepherd, her original co-presenter, departed the show earlier in March to present ITV's This Morning with Kat Deely after Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield left last year. Adil Ray, star of Citizen Khan, then indicated that he will be taking Shepherd's place on Fridays, filling the void left by the change on the breakfast show alongside Kate Garraway. "When launching a new program," she said, "you can be quite nervous because there is a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility, and obviously a lot of media attention." George Galloway responded to Susanna Reid's questions with increasing ferocity as tensions boiled in the Good Morning Britain studio. Her suggestion that he was avoiding clear responses, particularly with his contentious election remarks, annoyed him. In a speech outside Downing Street a few days prior, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had called Galloway's victory beyond alarming. Reid had urged him to address Sunak's remarks on air. Galloway's tone was abrasive but measured, defiant. "Susanna, I've been the target of such political attacks before." With a slight lean, he said, "And it won't be the last. But this fabricated outrage won't distract me." He had become tired of Reid's questioning, but she persisted. "You will not respond to inquiries concerning the present, nor will you respond to inquiries concerning the past," she retorted. "George, what is the one thing you would ask yourself?" The energy of the studio was filled with the subtle buzz of expectancy throughout the lengthy pause. For a minute, Galloway's typically brash political demeanor appeared to soften as his eyes narrowed. His mouth curled into a faint smile as he pondered for a while. "Why is it," he said steadily and deliberately, "that the establishment is so afraid of you? How will my win affect their ability to shape the political narrative? But do you think your rhetoric, your tactics, might be part of the reason why many see you as a divisive figure, was the next sharp question that Reid asked, but she remained unaffected. Galloway remained unflinching. Susanna, I speak for those who have been silenced. The powerful are the ones who dislike being told unpleasant facts. And those that are disregarded are the ones who support me. I'm in my current position for that reason. Reid skillfully changed the subject, giving the already heated conversation another twist. Let's take a step back, she murmured, her voice becoming a little softer. George, you've experienced plenty of time in the spotlight throughout the years. Have you, however, ever had a particularly memorable experience from your years in politics and the media? Galloway appeared to ponder for a moment, his expression softening into something almost contemplative. Well, he started, I can't help but think about the anti-war demonstrations in 2003. I became aware of how strong the voice of the people can be when millions of people demonstrated in the streets to demand that we refrain from invading Iraq. I rarely felt genuinely a part of something greater than myself until that day, when we stood together in resistance. Reid felt the atmosphere shift and nodded. Though the tension never really left the room, the topic of talk had changed from acrimonious political conflict to something more human. Ben Shepherd, meantime, observed the conversation with his customary composure from the other side of the studio. He was well aware of how a live broadcast's dynamics may change, particularly when influential people disagreed. After all, in the 10 years that they had co-hosted Good Morning Britain, he and Reid had dealt with their fair share of on-air conflicts. Since the show's debut in 2014, Reid has been a regular fixture in the country's morning ritual, so she knew how to manage herself. Although difficult interviews were nothing new to her, this one was turning out to be more challenging than others. Reid shifted the topic to her personal thoughts on her career as the episode came to an end. With a lighter tone, she remarked, "It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. When I think back, the first day we debuted Good Morning Britain is one of my best memories. Shortly before we went live, Ben Shepherd gave me some advice. This is the only time we'll ever launch this program on ITV." In the meantime, another humorous recollection from Good Morning Britain's early years reappeared, this time involving Ben Shepherd. Reid laughed, recalling the incident that occurred during an airline etiquette piece. She laughed as she remarked, "I can't not mention the time Ben kicked me in the head live on television. Obviously, that wasn't intentional." Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.